Hello, hello, and welcome to today's stream. Just setting everything up before officially starting. Let me know if you can hear me. If the audio is going well. Consider subscribing to the channel, ASJE Aviation HQ, and of course, leave a thumbs up below to support the channel even further. Also, let me know where you are watching from. I know it's been a while since I last did a live stream here on YouTube, so I thought, and it's been a while since I did content in general. I'm quite aware that my activity here on this YouTube channel has kind of, what's the word, diminished in recent times. I was hoping to do some content throughout March, but of course that didn't happen. So I thought the best idea is to just let March be and begin a new slate of work in the month of April. So here we are. That's pretty much why I scheduled this live stream, which was meant to go live a few days ago, but of course, due to bad light, um, I wasn't able to, which was unfortunate. Um, but again, I just thought the best idea was to just schedule this live stream again for the beginning of April, which is today, to start the month off strong. So I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy today's live stream. ASJE Aviation HQ live episode number 13. Setting up my next airport update. So it's what's today's proceedings will include uh, just one part for today's stream. Usually I do two parts for this type of thing here in terms of my live streams, setting up my airport updates. I just thought one part would be enough, so then I can just lay out all the models on my airport here, and then set up all the GSC off camera, and then get the video that will follow this live stream um, out for you guys. I have quite an array of model reviews that I do need to get done as well, including the likes of the Starlux Airlines Airbus A350-1000 released by NG Models, which was in my most recent mega unboxing. If you missed out on that, go ahead and check it out. It is, I believe it's my most recent video here on the channel. So go ahead and check that out if you wish to. Also, the likes of the French B350-1000 by Aero Polaris, the All Nippon Airways 777-300ER released by Aviation 400, and of course the Scandinavian Airlines Airbus 350-900 released by JC Wings. That's four model reviews that will be coming out very soon, but I do also need to do the review of the Corsair Airbus A330 Neo released by AV400 as well, as that's technically meant to be my next model review, so that needs to be the next one out for you guys. So let me know if you can hear me, if the audio is in top shape. And without further ado, let's get on with today's stream. So hello and welcome to today's stream. ASJE Aviation HQ live, setting up my next airport update, episode 13 here on the channel. So I'll just take off the camera off my tripod here just momentarily, and I'll shift the focus to my laptop here. So just if you are new to this sort of thing here on the channel, Here is my list of model aircraft in my collection. As you can see, I have, if my mouse wants to work, each model has a representing number here. So 388 is my current number there. So what I'll do is using a random number generator from Google, which I'll just load up onto my other phone screen. Just give me a moment. Just like that. So using this phone here, because I have an additional one here, we have the number generator here. So what I'll do is I'll press the word generate there. It'll come up with a number. So this number here, 196. And then I'll go to this list here, scroll up to where it states 196, which is right there, which has a yellow, highlighted aircraft there. If the aircraft is in yellow, then that is a model that has already been showcased on an airport update. If it is in white, like this one here, then that one is eligible to come out onto the airport. So very cool. That's pretty much why the series for airport updates here on the channel that I'm doing at the moment is random ops, because I'm randomly picking them from a number generator. So I think that's quite a cool concept. So if you like what you see so far, drop a thumbs up below, subscribe, and of course dim the bell icon, because of course that's the essential part to receive notifications for just to receive notifications for future content here on the channel. So without further ado, here is my model collection. There's just one container there, another one there, another one there, another one all the way over there, and then quite a few of them are sitting right here. So 388, if I can count properly. One was just taken out a few days ago from my collection, which was the Air Japan 787-8 by JC Wings, which unfortunately Air Japan, located in Japan, a subsidiary airline of All Nippon Airways, just there, unfortunately ceased operations yesterday, March 31st, 2026. So unfortunately that model will now be up for sale. I'll let you guys know what is for sale on my Instagram page, which is also, I think, linked in the description below via my Linktree account. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pick the first number. Here is my airport here. The Alpha stands just there. The Bravo stands here for my narrow bodies. And then just beside the box here, which my laptop is on, it is the Charlie stands. This gate here is very seldom used. Charlie's 2. These stands here for the wide bodies, and then here is a stand here for another narrow body. So got up to 14 models coming out onto the gates, and then we'll pick the aircraft that will be going on the taxiways, and also the one that will be going onto the runway. So first off, random ops number 13. I think it's number 13. I'm not too sure what the random ops number is, but it will be the next episode. But here is the first model that we'll be picking out today. 136. So let's go ahead and check out what this model is. 336 is the WestJet Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner released by ASJE model. So let's go ahead and get that out of the container, which is right here. Funnily enough, I had this model out just a few days ago, and here she is, the WestJet Dreamliner, released by ASJE models, of course. So that will be sitting pretty at Alpha 1. So the next gate that is next to that, Alpha 2, will have this model here represented by the number 273. Let's go ahead and check out what that model is. 273 is the Scoot Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner wearing the Pikachu Jet livery. Rightio, this is by NG Models. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box, which I believe it, or the container, which I believe it is right here. There it is. The second Dreamliner in a row out on to the airport. Very nicely done. Both of them being by NG Models as well, which I think is pretty cool. And there is the GSC I have that will go out onto the airport as well. So Alpha 3, the one right in the middle there, will have the model represented by the number 182, which is, if we scroll up a bit, it was the TAP Air Portugal 330 900 Neo, which unfortunately has currently been chosen before, so that won't come out today. Although I could show you where it is. But the next one, 325, a bigger number, which indicates that it is a much recent acquisition or arrival. 325, there we go, the Iberojet Airbus A330-900 Neo released by JC Wings, as you can see. Very cool. Let's go ahead and pick it out. It's literally right here. There it is. And whilst I'm doing so, I'll let you guys see that TAP Portugal 330 that I just mentioned before. It should be in here somewhere. If I can see it. Give me a moment. I believe it's at the front somewhere. I saw a 330 Neo, but that was Air Callan, which might come out today, depending whether it is picked or not. I think it's on this side. If it's even in this container, wouldn't that be embarrassing? Right. Might have to move on if I don't find it under the next 3 models. There it is. Right there. As you can see, just there, that's where the TAP Portugal 330 Neo is sitting. There you go. Very nice. So I'll put that back. Leave it out for now. So we can swiftly move on to the next model. So Alpha 4 is the next gate that we'll be choosing in today's stream. 334, another recent acquisition. And that is the Batik Air Malaysia Boeing 737 MAX 8. One of my MAX 8s for Batik Air Malaysia. And Lima Romeo Golf was the registration, which is this one here, which ironically was also out very recently, as this is a narrow-body aircraft. It'll sit on the Bravo stands. So just there at Bravo 1, because it's very, very rare to see a narrow body aircraft sitting over at a wide body stand. Alrighty, so let's continue on. 336, which is the Cathay Pacific Boeing 777-300ER in the revised titles, released by NG Models. Another one from NG Models out on the airport today, which it is right here. Such a beautiful model, this one, so I am very happy to have it out on the airport again. Very, very nice. So starting to have quite an array of aircraft. Only one Airbus out at the moment, which is surprising. In the last stream, it was all Airbus and no Boeing, so it's nice to see a contrast. Radio Alpha 5, the best one for the view. Let's have a look and see what aircraft it is. 301 is the number, and the model is the KLM Royal Dutch Airlines Boeing 777-300ER in the revised Orange Pride livery. This is a special livery, and it is right here. Here it is. So the reason why it is orange is because this livery here was painted to represent the Netherlands for a FIFA World Cup competition that was recently held. I believe it was the 2018 competition, I believe. Either that or 2016, because of course the Netherlands wear orange on their kit, so very nicely done. Cannot wait to have this model out. It's been a while since this model came out of its box, so I'm very happy indeed. So let's go ahead and pick out some more wide bodies. There's potentially 2 more wide bodies coming out today in terms of the gates. So let's go ahead and pick out the next one. This is possibly Charlie 3, and it is the United Airlines Boeing 767-400ER, released by Panda Models. So let's go ahead and get it out of its box, which of course is this one here. Pretty sure I know where it is. Yep, that was a relatively easy find. Move this model out of the way momentarily. And here it is. This is my only 767-400 in my collection. I would like the Delta one, a Delta 767-400, as of course the 400 is quite a nice variant. I am quite a fan of long-gauged aircraft, much like this aircraft here, the 787-10, the 350-1000, which I'm surprised we don't have one out yet, the 777-300ER, to name a few. So very nicely done. Let's go ahead and pick out the next of the models. Number 26. So this is a very early and old acquisition in my collection. We're getting years ago now. So 26 has already... Oh, it hasn't been chosen. The Air Tahiti Nui Airbus A340-300, released by Phoenix Models. This is part of my classic collection, so I will just have to move a few things beforehand because I'm pretty sure I know where it is. We'll just have to move these models out of the way as they are not currently active on my network. for my airport. So this is my container, and not every single classic aircraft in my collection is in this container, as of course storage is terrible. Just took out the model. I'll just put this MD-11 down there, and then get this one out. So here is the ASJE Nui A340-300, a classic movement on my airport. Very nicely done. Of course, ASJE Nui no longer have the 340-300 in their collection. They used to have 4, I believe. All 4 of them being replaced by 4 787-9s. I have 3 of them in my collection. Just did the last one to have the entire fleet, and so am actively hunting down that one. If I can try and find the 2 that I have, sorry, the 3 that I have, just put these back in the container for now. Just put that one there. So give me a moment here. So here is 2 of my ASJE Nui 787-9 Dreamliners. This was the first one, I believe. This was the second one. And then when we get over here, I believe it is over here. There it is. There's the third one. So I just need one more to have all 4 of the Dreamliners that ASJE Nui operate in on their network. So very nicely done. So now we're going to go ahead and try and get some narrow bodies out for the gates. We need at least 3 here, 1 more over there, and perhaps an ATR or a Fokker 100 just here. Very nicely done. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask me throughout today's stream, let me know. Make sure that they are aviation based, about what got me into aviation, what's my favorite aircraft, etc. like that. So pump your questions and do not be shy in terms of interacting, as I do like to interact with you guys. So next number in today's stream is number 63. So let's get this model out. Unfortunately, it has already been chosen. It was the UPS 747-8 freighter, which won't come out today. Number 282. Let's have a look and see what aircraft this is. It is the Condor Airlines Airbus A330-900neo. That is quite the tempting one. I can see it. It is literally right there. Do I put this out on the taxiways? That's a good question, because the taxiways do need some wide bodies on them. You know what? I think I'm going to put this on the taxiway. So I will just put the models that will be on the taxiway just there. So that's one that will be right here. Maybe need 1, 2, 3 more, depending on the aircraft type. And any narrow bodies that we find between now and then will potentially go on the gates, and we'll figure out them on the way. So let's go ahead and get the next number, 168. Let's have a look and see what model that is. 168 has already been chosen, although it is a narrow body. Starlux A321neo. I don't believe that was in my latest airport update. So I could potentially get it out. It is sitting right here. So whether or not it has been out, which I will just go ahead and check. So I will put the camera just there for a moment. Okay, I have the list of models that were out on the airport updates last time, and random ops number 10. So the next one will be number 11. And the Starlux A321neo, which is on the screen now, wasn't present in that update. It wasn't present in episode 9. The last episode it was in looks to be episode 6. So that is 4 episodes to go. So it can come out. This will be on the next put update. So very nicely done. We'll just put the list down there to save me gathering it again. So very cool. The next narrow body that will be coming out on or featuring in the airport update. Very nice. Let's go ahead and check out the next model, number 101. I've gone past it and it is right here. The Air Canada Airbus A330-300 released by Energy Models in this container again. And it is right here. Very nicely done. That will also feature on the taxiways, so we'll put it just there for now. Very cool. Let's go to the next one. Number 156. Very nice. Let's have a look and see what this model is. Has already been out. Was the TUI Airways 787-9. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the next one. Number 51. And it is the Singapore Airlines Boeing 777-300ER in the Star Alliance livery. I'm not too sure where that is, to be honest. So I think the best we can do is perhaps look for it. So we'll put these models just there. Put these off to the side. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere under this lot. Yep, there it is. Right there. So maybe if I'm able to get it out. There it is. Have not had this model out for a long time. So it's nice to finally get it out again. We'll put it just there. 787, A330, 777, perhaps one more on the taxiway. Or one could be out on the runway. So 330, 787. So yeah, one more on the taxiway. And that will do the taxiway. I might put one out onto the runway as well. So 367. That is very recent. I do as well. The Air New Zealand 787-9. The next one coming out with the updated, the extra range. Cannot wait to get it out. Welcome to the stream, fella. Hope you're enjoying what you see so far. So the next aircraft coming out will be the Etihad Airways 787-10 by NG Models, sitting over here, right in the middle there. So let's get that out. Very nicely done. Was also in an unboxing recently on the channel. Go ahead and check it out. Might do a model review of it. So the next aircraft that come out have to be narrow bodies. So we've got at least three 3, maybe 4, depending whether an ATR comes out. The ATRs that I have here, 1, 2, and 3, with the Fokker 100 next to that. So they are the only aircraft that will sit here. If an ATR and a Fokker or 2 ATRs come out, then one ATR can be here and the other aircraft can be somewhere on the apron. So let's go ahead. Check out the next one. Has to be a narrow body. If it's not, then it won't come out. Rightio. 248 was the number. And it is, ironically, the aircraft that I just had in my hand a moment ago. The you can see the tail fin just there. The Thai Airways International MD-11 would have been awesome to come out today. If we have like the likes of the C5 Galaxy that I have, or any other maybe governmental aircraft, or C-17 or something like that, a military aircraft as well, I will put it on to the military area. So very cool. So next aircraft that will be on the chopping block, depending on whether it is or coming out, depending on whether it is a narrow body or not, is already been chosen anyway. It was an Airbus A380. The first time an A380 has been chosen today. 356 is the number. 356 is another wide body, the 787-8 by NG Models. Unfortunately, won't be coming out today, but if I can find it, I'll show you it. Here it is, just here. There's one of my Dash 8s. Here's a second one just here. NG Models literally just released another one just a few days ago, which I'll be going ahead and getting. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be getting from that April 2026 NG Models release. I'm, unfortunately, to my wallet, going to be getting at least up to 9 of those aircraft. 7 of them being 787 Dreamliners and 2 of them being 350s. Very unfortunate for my wallet, but anyway, let's go ahead and checking out the next number. If you're interested in seeing what my analysis was of that release, stick it up via my Instagram page, one of my most recent uploads. So 227 was the number that we're looking for. Right, it is a narrow body. It is the A321neo for Air New Zealand. We'll just quickly have a look and see if this one came out recently. So it didn't feature in episode 10. It didn't show in episode 9. I believe, depending on the route that it did, this is NG Models, isn't it? Okay. It doesn't look like it came out in episode 8. I think it's good to come out. So let's go ahead and find it. Air New Zealand A321neo, November Charlie by NG Models. Well, that was pretty simple to find. It's literally right here. So very nicely done. Here it is, just here. Nice to finally have a Kiwi model on the airport. Of course, New Zealand is where I am from, so it's nice to have my national carrier featured in the airport update, at least somewhere. Rightio, so we've got at least 2, maybe 3, depending on whether it is an ATR or a Fokker. Next number is 314. So the next aircraft that we'll be looking at potentially is the Qatar Airways Airbus A380 by JC Wings. Won't be coming out on the airport, but I will show you where it is. Here it is, just here. Very heavy box, that. It's a very heavy model. Radio. So we need another narrow body. 361. It is another wide body. The Delta 100 livery on the Airbus A350. It is right behind me here. There it is. Very nice model, this, by Panda Models, A350-900. Go ahead and check it out. I believe I've done a model review of it. If I haven't, that will be on the channel very soon, if you would like me to do one, of course. Next model, 282. 282 has already been chosen. It is sitting right at the bottom of the pile there, so we will move on quite swiftly here. Number 22. Hope that this is a narrow body. It is. It is a narrow body, and it is an ATR. So very nicely done. It's the All Blacks livery on the ATR 72-600. I need to check. I believe this was in the most recent update. I believe it was. So let's go ahead and try and find it anyway. It should be at the top here. This should be it. If this one has Mike Victor Alpha on it somewhere, I believe this is it. Doesn't say at the registration, but I'm sure it is. So this might have to be a departure. Might have to be a departure. Might have to sit on this taxiway here, because it was in the most recent update, and it was an arrival in the most recent update. So it will have to be a departure in the next one. All right. So very nice to see an ATR out today. 305. And 305 is representing the Air India 777-200 LR by NG Models. Literally sitting right beside me here, so we'll put these models just back to where they are or were. Here is that model. Do ignore how it has ER extended range. This is of course an LR, the long range variant of the 777. And I don't believe Air India even operated the 200 ER in their fleet, so that won't come out, unfortunately. 333 is the next number that we are looking for. Right here also is a wide body North Atlantic UK 787-9 sitting over here at the back here, just here. That unfortunately will not come out today. Off to the next number. It is 164. And it is an A350. I don't know where that model is. Yes, I do. Right here. Singapore Airlines 359 by NG Models. Unfortunately, won't be coming out today. We already have a Singapore Airlines aircraft out anyway, so I am happy just to at least have one. 189 is the number, and it had already been taken or chosen. Turkish Airlines 787-9. Number 40 is an A330. Unfortunately, won't come out today. Can we get another narrow body chosen today? We kind of need to. All right, 148 is the number. And it is a narrow body. 757-200. Let me just have a look and see it was in the most recent update, which it wasn't. Okay, Royal New Zealand Air Force 757-200. Ironically on the top here, so very nice. This model aircraft will sit on the military stand, which is underneath this box here. So we'll put it just there. Very cool. We still need we need at least 2 more narrow bodies. 372. I don't believe this is a narrow body. Seems a bit too new, if I say so myself. And it is the Scandinavian Airlines 359 by JC Wings. I mentioned this one before. Will be in a model review very soon indeed. Cannot wait to review that model. On to the next one, 362, already there. Cathay Pacific Cargo 747-400ER. Unfortunately, won't be coming out in today's stream, but it is sitting in the same container that the Scandinavian was, just here. Cannot wait to get that out to perhaps do a review of it. 129 is the number that we are looking for. 129, yes it was 129. It is a Dreamliner. It is not a narrow body, but this aircraft here is quite a unique one, as of course it is in the Boeing house livery, not in an actual airline's livery. So here it is, just here. The cool thing about this one here is this aircraft here is now operating for Air New Zealand under the registration, I believe, in this livery here, November Zulu Charlie, if I'm correct. Otherwise, it will be November Zulu Delta. Either way, it is operating for Air New Zealand, so that's very nice. Would have liked to have this stunning beauty next to it out in today's stream, but unfortunately we'll have to wait another day for that gorgeous lady to come out onto the airport. My favorite airframe, my favorite aircraft, a bigger model of it sitting just there. Very cool. So we'll have to move on to the next one. 105 was a Dreamliner. Why wasn't it 103? Okay. 265 is the number that we are looking for. It is a narrow body. Virgin Australia 737 MAX 8, released by NG Models. And it is in this container here. Here she is. Very nice. Nice to have another narrow body. So we'll put it just there for now. Put these up. This one being on the taxiway. So we're going to have one more narrow body, which will sit right at that stand there. 219 being the number that we are looking for. It is a narrow body. It is the Qantas Link Embraer ERJ190 by Gemini Jets. This has been out before, I just need to check whether it was out in a recent one. So wasn't out in the last one. Wasn't out in episode 9. Wasn't in. It was in episode 8. And it was a departure. Okay, so this can come in as an arrival. Can sit at, I believe it's this one. That's an A220. Apologies for the siren that you're about to hear. Interesting times. And here it is here. I think this will have to sit at Bravo 1. So not Bravo 1, this is Mike 1. Just there. I believe it is just a little bit too big for Bravo 1. That will be an empty gate. Unless we have an ATR or a Fokker 100 in the next, let's say, 5 choices. Five rolls of the number. All right, so we have 149 is a wide body, Etihad 787-9. 267 seems far too new to be. It's already out anyway. It's sitting right there. Etihad Dreamliner. 234. 234. That one there, KLM Dreamliner. Let me just have a look and see what the numbers are. That would help me out a lot. We are looking for 103, I believe, for the Fokker. No, it's not. Literally just had it on the screen just a moment ago. Oh well. Alright, let's just go to the next one. I believe 2 more to go. 272. This one here has already been chosen. 196. Fortunately, also not the aircraft that we are looking for. Where is the Fokker 100? Interesting. Oh well, unfortunately, no more models coming out in today's stream. But anyway, we'll definitely be looking forward to putting these models out onto the airport. So just to recap, in terms of what will be coming out in the next airport update, random ops and number 11. Alpha 1 will be having this WestJet Dreamliner here, released by NG Models. Alpha 2, Scoot, Boeing 787-9, released by NG Models in the Pikachu Jet livery. Alpha 3 will see this Iberia Jet 330 Neo, released by JC Wings. Alpha 4, this Cathay Pacific 777-300 ER, released by NG Models. The Orange Pride livery on the KLM 777-300 ER at Alpha 5. Bravo 2 will have this Batik Air Malaysia Max 8 by NG Models. Bravo 3 will have this the Starlux Airbus A321 Neo. Bravo 4 will have this Air New Zealand 321neo by ASJE Models. Bravo 5 will have this Virgin Australia Max 8 by ASJE Models. Mike 1 or Delta 1 here. This is Delta 1, of course. We'll have this Embraer E190 for Qantas Link. Should be Qantas Link. Charlie 1 underneath this 757 is the Air Titinui 340 300, and Charlie 3 will have the United Airlines 767, and this will be at the military stand. And then this stack of models will be on the taxiway, Etihad Airways Dash 10 Dreamliner by ASJE Models, the Singapore Airlines 777-300ER in the Star Alliance livery, the Air Canada 330-300 by ASJE Models, and this will be turning on to the runway, I believe. So 330, 330, 777. We might have room for one more, perhaps. Might have room for one more at the end there. So let me just see what number we might have. And then perhaps we do need to put one on the runway as well. So potentially 2 more wide bodies. So next number, 281. Has already been chosen. Was also a narrow body, which is nice to have now. That could be on the runway, perhaps. That could be on the runway. This is November Hotel Charlie. This is a JC Wings release. Wasn't in the most recent one. Wasn't in episode 8. Episode 7 wasn't. Episode 6. It wasn't. Episode 5. It was. Okay, so it's been quite a while. So let's get that one out. Should be this one here. So very nice. Another Kiwi model out today. So that will be on the runway because of the size of it. A narrow body. Usually I put in a rival aircraft here going to Alpha 1, of course, that being a wide body stand. So, of course, a narrow body won't be going there. And the next one on the last model showcased in today's stream will be 351. And it is the model represented, oh, no, maybe not. It was the Air France 359. Do give me a second. Very cool. Go to the next one and hope that it hasn't been chosen already. 167. 163, my bad. Hasn't been chosen. And boy, am I happy to have this one out. The Qantas Boeing 747-400ER Harvey Bay Old Brew livery in the GE engines by Gemini Jets. I'm so happy to have this one out. Here she is here in all of its glory. Go check the model review out immediately. It is on the channel. Go ahead and check it out. So that is the last model showcased in today's stream. So quite an array of models that will be out in the next live stream for you guys. So I do hope you enjoy what you saw in today's stream. ASJE Aviation HQ Live episode number 13. Only one part in this episode today on the channel this time around. Just want to get this airport update done for you guys, get it out, so then we can move on in terms of the content. Really wanting to get a lot of content out in this month due to to how slow I was in terms of last month. So I am wanting to get more content out this month than I did in recent months. Model reviews, another airport update will be coming out later in the month, as of course I didn't do one last month, so two will be in today's in April. So the next live stream in terms of this sort of thing will be later on in the month. So do stay tuned. Leave a thumbs up on this live stream. Go ahead and dim the bell icon. Turn the notifications on to receive notifications as soon as the videos or live streams go live. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Support the movement here on the channel. I am quite a small channel, so let's get the ball rolling in terms of the support here. Go ahead and check out my social media channels by the link in the description below via my Linktree page. Want to come along and support my Instagram page? That's of course where you need to go via the Linktree page, of course. If you want to go ahead and check out the link for where I got this airport map from, that's also in the description below. It's made by Paper at Aircraft Model Store based in the UK. They do now have a new one, a foldable one, which is actually looking quite better than this one. So go ahead and check that out if you wish to. I might actually put the folded one also in the description below for easier access, of course. So very nicely done. ASJE Aviation HQ Live, episode number 13, setting up my next airport update, random ops number 11. So very cool indeed. Thank you very much for coming along and tuning in today's stream, and I shall see you in the next one. So of course, fly safe, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.